Hello millionaires. I know a lot of you want to become a full-time trader. Yes, that is in trend today. If I remember correctly, in the early 2010s, we could see everybody wanted to become a photographer. Then in the mid 2010s, around 2014 to 2016, a lot of people wanted to become a startup founder. And now in today's time and age, in the 2020s, early 2020s, we can see that a lot of you want to become a full-time trader. That is in trend today. But the problem with that trend is we can see a lot of people, they are quitting their studies, they're even quitting their jobs in order to become a full-time trader. That isn't so very great. So if you ask me very precisely, can you become a full-time trader? The answer is absolutely yes. You can become a full-time trader and you can live just off by trading full-time. You can do that. But should you do that right away? No. Please do not do that right away. There is a process to it. You can do it. You can become a full-time trader, but don't do it right away. There is a process that you have to follow. By following that, you can become a full-time trader. And that's exactly why you are watching this video. I'm doing this in a very segmental way. So we have 3 segments in the video. The first one is 3 reasons why you should not become a full-time trader right away. The second point is how you can become a full-time trader by following a process. I'm giving that process to you, giving the solution to you. And the third part is why I am not a full-time trader. I'm sure you will also have such questions in your mind. So I'm giving you the exact reasons why I am not a full-time trader. So that's it. In today's video, I'm sure that it's going to be really beneficial. So without further ado, let's get right into it. But before that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel because, as I always say, I'm going to launch my complete A to Z comprehensive stock market learning course on this channel for free. I mean, it's going to be free. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So again, without further ado, let's get right into today's video. The name is Sharik Shamsuddin. Welcome to Market Feed. So I could see a few comments below the previous video saying that I take a lot of time in explaining stuff. But please bear with me, that is the way I speak, that is the way I explain things. But I'm sure that whatever I explain are easy and you can understand them. So if that's the case, please make sure that you watch the video completely. So let's get right into the first segment of the video, which is 3 reasons why you should not start or you should not become a full-time trader right away. So the first reason here is capital. Yes, capital. So when you come into the market as a newbie, as a beginner, I'm sure you wouldn't be having a large capital in your hand. So even without having a large capital, you might be thinking that you can make a large return and that return will be enough for you to completely live your life, for all your expenses to be taken care of, right? I'll give you a simple example here. A lot of people come to the market, maybe just an example, a lot of people might require 50,000 rupees for taking care of their expenses. So they might be having a salary of 50,000. They're quitting their job, giving them 50,000 salary, and they're coming into the market expecting an income, a salary from the market by trading of nearly 50,000 rupees, right? And the capital they might be having will only be, I don't know, maybe 2 lakh rupees or even 1 lakh rupees. So with a capital of 1 to 2 or maybe 3 lakh rupees, they're trying to generate 50,000 rupees every month, which we are an intelligent community here, right? We know it is not possible. I hope you've watched my previous videos. I'm giving the link in the I button where I have discussed about a conservative target, a conservative return of the capital that you can generate every month. So from those videos, we have already learned that we can target somewhere around probably 4 to 8% returns of your capital every month. I know there are traders out there who can make much more than that, who are making much less than that, but this is a conservative target and this is something that we've explained in the previous video. So let's actually take 5% returns of your complete trading capital in a month. Again, making things very clear, you can make probably 50% returns in one trade, 20%, 100% in one trade, but I'm talking about your entire trading capital. 5% returns of your entire trading capital is a conservative target per month. If that is the case, for a person to make 50,000 rupees salary or an income from his trading business, he should have a capital of 10 lakh rupees. Yes, You have to have 10 lakh rupees for making 50,000 rupees a month. You need to have probably a capital of 20 lakh rupees if you need to make an income of 1 lakh rupees from the market. This is not a hard and fast rule. I'm just giving you some numbers and some things to think for your own. I'm sure you can do your calculations on your own. I hope you understand that. So if you come to the market with a small capital and still if you want to make 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 every month, that is a formula for failure. Then you might be chasing really difficult trades which cannot actually give you good returns, and then you'll end up failing in the market. So that is number one, the largest point in capital for you. Now someone among you might think that, hey, I have good capital to begin with, so I'll start with great capital. Now that is one of the golden rules when it comes to trading. Do not start with a large capital. Only start with a bare minimum capital which you can afford to lose. Only start with the minimum capital and then start your journey from that. So I hope the number one reason, which is capital, is absolutely clear for you. The second reason here is time. And under time, we have got 4 sub points. The first sub point under time is you have to give yourself time to build skill and confidence in the market. Because this is a classic example here. We can see a lot of other professions going around. We can see doctors, we can see engineers, we can see carpenters, we can see drivers, we can see a lot of professions. And if you look into them, they have given a lot of time to learn about it, then to train in that domain, and only then they can stand on their own and then do that for their own, right? Any profession for that matter. So likewise, in the world of stock market, in trading also, you have to give yourself time. You have to give yourself time to learn about the skill. You have to give yourself time to practically experiment it. You have to give yourself time to be trained in the domain. Only then you'll have the skill and confidence in order to become a successful trader. Also, we can see a lot of beginners actually in the early days, they are dependent on an advisor or a tip provider or some friend who is operating in a Telegram or a WhatsApp group in order to give him stock tips and advices. Only then a beginner can actually take winning trades. So if that is the case, you can never become a full-time trader. So what I'm trying to say is you have to give yourself time so that you can build confidence, you can build skill, you can learn about the market. Only then you can become a full-time trader. The second sub point here under time is you have to give yourself time to see different market conditions. I am sure that a lot of you actually came into the market within the last 1 year, and the last 1 year we have only seen a great and amazing bull run in the market. So just going by that, if you think that, hey, I can do well in the market, and if you decide to become a full-time trader, that is an absolute formula for failure again. Because market was very easy in the last 1 year. That is not the case always. Market can go into a complete bearish phase. It can go into a pure consolidation phase even for years. What will you do then? So you have to give yourself time so that you can see, or you will see, all different market conditions. You probably give yourself time for 1 to 3 years where you can see all market conditions so that you can learn all the tricks and tips, and you can have them up your sleeves so that going ahead, whatever market throws at you, you will have the trick in your arsenal to weather that storm. In that condition, you can become a full-time trader. So again, give yourself time so that you can see and learn about all market conditions. The third sub point here under time is you have to give yourself time in order to find out your monthly and yearly returns that you can generate. Right? Because depending on your skill, your understanding about the market, everybody can have a subjective returns of their capital that they can generate over a month. Average returns over a month, right? So if you do, or if you trade for 1 whole year or probably for 3 years, in this 3 years of period, you can actually look into your data and see that, hey, this is the average returns per month that you can make, or you can understand this is the average returns per year that you have already made. Based on that data, you can plan your journey ahead. Right? So when you give yourself time, you can understand what is the historical returns that you have generated. So when you get that, for example, historically, if you see that you've generated 7% average return per month, which is great. If you have done that, and historically data is saying that you can take that number, and now you know 7% is what you can make. Now you can get to know the capital that you have to allocate from which you can get your income from. Right? Because as I said in the beginning you need, or for example, you might be needing 50,000 rupees income per month, and now you know 7% is a return of capital that you can make every month. Now you can calculate how much is the capital that you need to deploy. Otherwise, how would you ever know the capital to be deployed? Now you have historical data, you can decide the capital, or you can actually start working to build that capital which is required to let you become a full-time trader. Now the fourth sub point under time here is you have to give yourself time in order to start increasing your capital in a gradual manner. Right, this is also important. You might be starting off with a very small capital, right? And maybe after 1 or 2 years, the plan is to increase the capital to such a high that from that capital, you can become a full-time trader. So probably you're starting with 10,000 rupees and the end goal is to start trading with 10 lakh capital. Maybe that is the plan. So if you actually trade with 10,000 rupees for maybe 1 year or 2 years, and on one fine day, you're increasing your trading capital to probably 10 lakh rupees, that is going to be really difficult for you. Because you're seeing a stop loss of maybe 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, 1500 rupees, that's it. But when you increase your capital to 10 lakh rupees, you might be seeing stop losses in the tunes of 50,000 rupees, 70,000 rupees, or even lakhs of rupees. Might happen on some days, right? So when you suddenly see stop losses in the tunes of such large numbers, it might be very difficult for you to digest that. So in that case, when you give yourself time, you can gradually increase your capital on your journey towards your final goal. So when you're gradually increasing your capital, first you're trading with 10,000 rupees. After 6 months, you increase it to probably 30,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees. So you are developing an appetite for yourself for seeing larger profits and also for seeing larger losses. Right? So that will also definitely help you in your journey towards becoming a full-time trader. So under time, these are the 4 sub points which you have to absolutely understand why you should give yourself some time in order to become a full-time trader. Now the third and the final point as to why you should not become a full-time trader is, it is a cliche point, which is to develop an emotional control and discipline for yourself. This is again which I say a lot about. I speak about this a lot, which is gaining skills is not everything. Knowing price action trading, knowing strategies that will definitely work, those aren't enough for you to become a successful trader. Those aren't enough. How much of a great strategies or weapons you have to have emotional control and discipline. Only then you can become a successful trader. And in your early days, if you actually quit your job and if you're depending, your life is depending, your income is depending only on your trading income, that itself will put a psychological toll on your mind. And when that happens, you'll never get a chance in order to become disciplined and in order to develop emotional control. Right? So do not quit your job and become a full-time trader in the early days, so that you can easily, safely, and with a lot of peace of mind, you can develop discipline and emotional control for you. Right? I hope you understand that. Now from all the above 3 points and all the sub points under them, I hope that you understand that you should not become a full-time trader right away. If you should not become right away, then what is the process? What is the solution that you should follow? And when can you become a full-time trader? So that's the next segment for you, the solution. The solution to this question has 2 parallel processes that you have to start right away. So number 1 is to know your historical returns and also to develop a winning process. That's process number 1. And parallelly, you have to do this as well, which is to start generating or to start working in order to generate or build your trading capital. That's the parallel process that you have to follow. So let's talk about this first. So here, I want you to start as a part-time trader, not as a full-time trader. So start as a part-time trader with bare minimum capital and then do that for 1 to 3 years. You heard me correct? 1 to 3 years. Make as many mistakes as possible. Try to build as many skills as possible. Try building emotional control and discipline as much as possible. Yes, become a part-time trader. Start with minimum capital. Increase your capital in a very, very linear way, and then in the process, make as many mistakes as possible and then build skills. That is what you want to do in the next 1 to 3 years. Do that for 1 to 3 years. And when you do this for 1 to 3 years, what happens? you actually get to know the kind of returns that you can generate for you on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. And as we already know, knowing that returns, that percentage is absolutely important. So you'll get to know the percentage, but by doing this process. And when you also follow this process, you'll actually develop a winning process for yourself. You'll start finding processes and strategies that you can follow, which is suitable for you. And what is the trading style that you have to follow so that you can win. Right, so you follow this, what happens is you get to find the returns that you can generate, and also you stumble upon the trading style and the trading strategies that you can follow, a winning process that you can follow. Now in the 1 to 3 years of time period, you'll probably reach a place where you'll start feeling good for yourself. You'll be confident that, hey, I can generate this much percentage per month, and I already have all the great weapons and strategies that are required to generate these returns. When you are confident at that point of time, the only thing you need is good enough capital so that you can generate good enough income for you and you can become a full-time trader. And that is where I say, you do not make that trading capital by trading. This is a major misconception in the market. I've seen a lot of people who know that they need a large trading capital in order to generate good income, but they want to generate that trading capital also from trading. I have never understood that. How insane is that? How can you generate money for a business by doing that business itself? Maybe there are people doing that, but that is never advisable is what I'm saying. I'll give you an example here. Say you want to open a supermarket in your city. How would you start the supermarket? You'll absolutely need rupees, probably 20-30 lakh rupees to start a good supermarket, right? And where do you get that 20-30 lakh rupees from? Do you get that 20-30 lakh rupees by running the supermarket? How is that even possible? You haven't started doing it, right? You would have probably done a job earlier or a business earlier, and you would have saved enough money so that you can start a supermarket now. Or you're taking a loan, or you're raising money from your friends and family, and then you're having the capital, and then you're starting the supermarket, right? And that's exactly how I want you to treat trading as well. So when you reach a point after 1, 2, 3 years, when you know that you need a large enough capital in order to generate returns for you, generate income from you, that capital, you have to generate that capital in this parallel process right from today. I want you to continue your job. I want you to focus more on your job. I want you to do a side hustle, an extra business, and from that, I want you to generate income for you. And when you keep generating income from that for the next 1, 2, 3 years, at the end of the time period, you'll already have a winning process here. You'll already have good enough capital from this process. So after again 1, 2, 3 years, how much ever it is depending on you, you can reach a position where you have enough capital, you know how much returns you can generate, you also have a winning process ready, and that is when I want you to go all in and become a full-time trader. I hope things are really clear here. So the absolute solution here is I want you to be a part-time trader now. Focus on your job as well, focus on your business as well, focus on making as much as money from there as well. And here, when you are a part-time trader, put as much as time as possible in the night time, in the evening time. Put a lot of effort, try becoming a good trader, make mistakes, develop a good winning process, and by doing that, with time, all of you or a lot of you can become a full-time trader. So this is my solution for you. I hope you are appreciating it. If that's the case, as an end note, let's discuss why I am not a full-time trader. So for all of you who do not know me well, yes, I am an active trader, but not a full-time trader. So I almost all the time have some swing positions open. I do intraday trades from time to time. I have my option selling position open almost 3 to 4 days every week. I have a lot of long-term investment as well. So I am an active trader, active investor. I track my positions. I track how much percentage of my returns I'm making every single month. I do that, but not a full-time trader, right? So if you did not know, I run a business also. My business is called Fundfolio. You can check it out at www.fundfolio.com. Or I hope you have heard about marketfeed mobile application, which we are developing. The application is available both on Google Play Store and Apple App Store. It is an app which we are developing in order to make your journey as a stock market beginner really better. So yeah, it's in works, and there are a lot of users among you, I know. So if you haven't started using it, please download it and start using it right away. So again, the question here is why I am not a full-time trader. So the a large answer there is yes, I'm trading actively for my monetary fulfillment, right? I need to make money in my life, and I would like to accelerate my process towards, or my journey towards financial freedom, and I'm trading for that. But for my spiritual fulfillment, trading is not enough. I would like to do a lot of other things in life which will give me spiritual fulfillment. I would like to go to my bed at the end of every day as a really happy person. So just making money from trading is not giving me ultimate happiness. For spiritual fulfillment, I'm doing this. I'm talking to you. So when I talk to you, when I'm helping people, when I'm seeing that I'm building a community, that gives me fulfillment. When I'm building a business, when I'm building a big brand, and that brand is touching people's lives and us helping people in their journey, that is giving me spiritual fulfillment. So there are a lot of other things than making money through trading which will give me fulfillment, which will give me meaning to my life. So that's why I'm running a business. I'm talking to a lot of people. I'm giving training sessions for free as well. So I go to a lot of colleges, I go to a lot of companies to talk to their employees. So I even give training here. So all of that definitely giving me spiritual fulfillment. And again, there is this fact as well. When I'm running this business, yes, I'm building a brand, I'm helping people, and I'm also making money from there, right? That is also giving me happiness for sure, being absolutely honest here. So yeah, it all depends on what kind of a person you are. I mean, if you're happy with only trading and making money from that, absolutely well, you can do that. You can become a full-time trader. Other than that, maybe you have your passion in drawing, in singing and dancing, even then you can become a full-time trader. And at the same time, for giving spiritual fulfillment, you can do whatever is your passion is. This can be, again, like I said, it can be singing, dancing, traveling, anything. And becoming a full-time trader will definitely give you the liberty and the freedom to pursue your passion. And that is why I think trading is amazing, right? So that's it from my side for this video. Hopefully this is not as long as the previous videos, and hopefully you're appreciating what's happening here. And if you look at the number of subscribers, we're going to touch 1 lakh subscribers real soon. So once that is done, and once we have a lot more people in the community, we can start our complete A to Z stock market learning course for free on this channel. So looking forward to that. So if you like this video, make sure that you hit the like button, and also make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you have done the ringing the bell thing, right? So again, as I always say, go down in the comment section, drop down your comments, let's talk there, let's discuss there, and yeah, share this video to as many as people possible who are planning to take up trading as a full-time career. With that being said, this is Mr. Adishaktam signing off. Stay safe, stay invested. Bye-bye.